The jungle of Ilaris. For had a way of swallowing sound. My boots crunched against the thick moss, but even that noise seemed muted, smothered under the weight of alien foliage arching overhead. I wasn't supposed to be here. Surveyors marked this place as territorial and unfriendly. Translation: stay the hell away unless you wanted to end up as part of the food chain. But my shuttle had malfunctioned, leaving me stranded until the orbital relay could send a retrieval craft. That was 3 days out. 3 days of survival in a world where most animals could probably tear a man in half. I was checking snares I'd set near a creek when I heard it. Low, guttural growling, followed by a sharp cry. Not the shriek of prey. It was different. A sound with rage and desperation woven through it. I tightened my grip on the plasma cutter slung at my side and crept toward the noise. Pushing aside ferns the size of sails, I found the scene. A massive reptilian beast, armored scales glittering with dampness, pinning something beneath its talons. This something was a woman, or at least humanoid. Tall, lithe, her skin a sleek coat of spotted fur, ears flicked back against her skull. A tail lashed weakly as she struggled, one leg bent at an angle no limb should bend. Feline Huntress. The reptile lunged for her throat, but instinct had me moving before thought could catch up. My plasma cutter flared, sending a streak of searing blue light into its flank. The beast roared, spun, and charged me. "Come on then," I muttered, sidestepping as it barreled past. I fired again, scoring a molten line across its head. It collapsed in a heap, smoke rising from the wound. When I turned, the huntress was watching me, eyes like molten gold narrowed in both pain and suspicion. "You," she rasped, voice thickly accented but understandable. "Why?" "Because you were about to be dinner," I said, crouching beside her. Her leg was a mess, broken clean through, bleeding where the beast's claws raked her side. "Don't move. I need to patch this up," she hissed when I touched her, ears flattening. But when I tore strips from my shirt to wrap her wounds, she didn't stop me. Her gaze never left mine, though, like a predator confused by a rival who refused to attack. The middle debt of claws. It took everything I had to get her back to the temporary shelter I'd cobbled together from shuttle wreckage. She was half conscious by the time we arrived, but even in that state, she clung to my arm with claws that pricked skin. Over the next few days, I worked to keep her alive. Nutrient packs from my rations. Boiled water from the creek. Splints fashioned from hull fragments to keep her legs straight. I expected her to drift into fever or die from the infection. Instead, she grew stronger, faster than I thought possible. By the second night, she could sit up. By the fourth, she was limping on her own. "You, human," she said one evening, breaking the silence of the crackling fire. "You gave me life when mine was forfeit." "I just did what anyone would do," I muttered. "No," she countered sharply, tail flicking. "Not anyone. My kind, we do not show weakness. Injured, I was prey. You fought beside me. Save me." "That means..." She paused, as if reluctant to say the words. "I owe you my bond." "Bond?" I frowned. Her golden eyes softened. "A life debt. Until claws are broken or heart is still, I am yours." Huntress does not abandon the one who saved her. I tried to argue, to tell her she didn't owe me anything. But she just bared her sharp teeth in what might have been a smile. "You cannot fight tradition stronger than bone, human." From that moment on, she stayed by my side. Her name, I learned, was Chorus. Once, she had been a proud huntress of her tribe, a warrior skilled in stalking beasts twice her size. But a rival had challenged her, defeated her, broken her leg and left her to die in the jungle. In her culture, that was the end of honor. To be crippled was to be discarded. Yet here she was, alive and bound to me. First, it was awkward. I wasn't used to someone hovering at the edge of every step I took, watching me with a gaze both protective and possessive. When I went to fetch water, she limped after me. When I scavenged for edible plants, she insisted on carrying them back. At night, she lay close to me, tail curled protectively around us both. "You don't have to do this," I told her more than once. Her answer was always the same. "I do. You saved Karis. Karis belongs to you now." Trials. It wasn't long before the jungle tested us again. Predators weren't the only danger. There were storms that tore trees from the earth, insects with venom that could kill in minutes, and the constant hunger gnawing at both of us. My rations dwindled, forcing us to hunt. Karis, even limping, proved invaluable. Her senses were sharper than mine, her instincts deadly. She showed me how to set proper traps, how to mask my scent from creatures that tracked by smell. Slowly, a rhythm formed between us. She was the hunter, I was her strange, furless partner. Together we survived. But it wasn't just survival. There was trust. One night, after a narrow escape from a pack of spined lizards, we sat under the broken hull plating that served as our shelter. Rain hammered the jungle outside. Karis leaned against me, her warmth a stark contrast to the chill. "You are different," she murmured. "Different how?" "You fight like a predator but heal like a kin mother. You show teeth only to protect. My people, they would not understand." I chuckled softly. Most of my people wouldn't understand either. Her golden eyes studied me in the firelight. "Phil, I will not leave you. Even when the skyships come for you, Karis will follow." I felt something stir in my chest at her words. A warmth I hadn't expected. I had come here stranded, alone. Now, I wasn't sure I wanted to leave without her. The ending. She won't let me go. On the 7th day, the rescue beacon finally pinged. A shuttle would land in the clearing at dawn. I expected Karis to be relieved. Instead, her ears drooped. She sat across from me, tail curled tightly around herself. "You will go," she said quietly. "Yes," I admitted. "Back to my world. And you will leave me." I opened my mouth then closed it. She wasn't wrong. What future could a human and a feline huntress share? Our worlds, our species, were galaxies apart. But before I could speak, she crawled closer, her claws gently hooking into the fabric of my sleeve. Her voice trembled, though her eyes were fierce. "I swore my bond. Until claws are broken, I am yours. Do not cast me aside, human. I cannot bear it." Her words hit me harder than any predator's strike. I realized then that the bond wasn't just tradition. It was real. She had given me her trust, her loyalty, her heart. The shuttle's engines roared in the distance. My last chance to decide. I took her hand, paw, whatever you'd call it. Warm fur, trembling strength. "Then come with me," I said. "If you won't let me go, then I won't let you go either." For the first time I saw her truly smile. A fierce, radiant thing that bared fangs but carried no threat. When the shuttle landed, the pilot raised an eyebrow at the sight of the towering feline huntress limping beside me, her hand never leaving mine. "Passenger +1, he asked dryly. "Passenger plus bond," Karis corrected, chin lifted proudly. And that was how I left Ilaris, not alone, but with a broken huntress who had mended something in me I hadn't realized was broken too.